Hello YouTube people, Smudge is here. Welcome to my new video. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I posted a video and talked with you, and at this point I have exactly 10 subscribers, and I'm sure that one or two are not my friends or family. So welcome and thank you so much for your support, and I hope you stick around. So, as you can see for the title of this video, I am back home in Portugal. Have been home for 7 months now, and I came back because things did not go as planned. Basically, I broke up with my boyfriend at the time, and he was supposed to come and stay with me. So that meant that I had to decide if I wanted to stay anyways, but I had other responsibilities like my two cats back home, and to be completely honest, I was missing my own space because I was living at my sister's house, and to stay in France, I would have to continue to live there or rent a really small room because housing there is really expensive, and I just not could not afford a decent home um, by myself. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about why I haven't been posting or drawing barely at all. If you saw my previous videos, you know that I started this series that was supposed to be a sort of a diary about my experiences during my time living there. But since I came back, I felt like it had lost its meaning, and I felt a little bit lost in the whole project because since I wasn't living there, I just thought I was kind of lying, which is not really true because I still live there for almost 8 months. So my experiences are valid, and I still have some stories that I really want to share with you about those couple of months. And I was also feeling demotivated lately, but something happened that made me get back to drawing and making videos, and it's a really funny story that I will be sharing with you eventually. So, with that said, I will be continuing those series of videos about my time in France, and I will also be making other types of videos, even though I never meant those videos to be exclusively what I was going to do, but I just I thought that I was going to make more of those and not so much other types of videos like with random illustrations, I guess. But yeah, but things change, so I just hope you like my content. So now let's move on and talk about this illustration. This illustration is a portrait, not in a realistic way, obviously. It is a ex-coworker that left recently, and I really like her, so I made this for her as a present. This was done in watercolors, as you can tell for the video. Colored pencils, inks, gouache, so various types of media. For the paper, I used a very heavy-duty watercolor paper, 500 grams, hot pressed paper because I prefer the smooth paper instead of the traditional watercolor paper that has that texture in it. For the watercolors, I used for the first time my Mission Gold watercolors that I bought in France, and I'm glad that I spent that money because they were kind of expensive, and yeah, but I'm glad I bought them because they are really beautiful and vibrant, and the video does not make them justice. So if you want to try a professional watercolor brand, if you haven't yet, I really recommend this one. They are really gorgeous and beautiful, vibrant, like I said. And I also advise you to swatch your colors in the paper that you will be using because I swatched my whole palette in a different paper because I didn't want to use the the good paper to swatch them. But then when I was painting, the colors turned out way different than the swatches because the paper was different. It absorbed the paint differently. So just be aware of that and just try to stick with the paper that you know you're going to like, and just swatch your paints in the same paper. Really, just do that. So for the concept of this portrait, I just used various photos from her Instagram, and I took out, or I used the elements that I liked the most from each photo. So the pose I kind of invented a little bit, but yeah, I still use some elements from the photos, the hair, the clothing, um, her hair, like lace, the thing that she has in her head, and the background was from a different photo as well. So you get the idea. I just mashed it all together and made something that I really liked and felt like it portrayed her personality. I think she's very cute, so I think I got that right. And I showed her already the drawing, obviously, and she did like it, so that's great because I'm always afraid that when I do something for someone, that person is not going to like it. So, yeah. And my other friends also said that it looked like her, so it was a success, which doesn't happen very often. My process to color this illustration was to put down the shadows first in a blue color because I wanted the shadows to have a gold tone. So I used a blue color, and I really like this method because it gives a really nice natural shadow, and then I just color on top of it, which makes it really easy because then I don't have to worry about uh, other colors to make the shadows, if you know what I mean. And for the outline of this drawing, I used the fountain pen and sepia ink, and I regret doing that because I made the biggest mess. I really don't know how to use a fountain pen properly, and I made lots of mistakes, and I tried to cover them all up, and that's one reason why you don't see the inking process, and also you don't get to see the colored pencil process because my face was glued to the paper, so you could not see what I was doing, so I just skipped that ahead. And I was going for a very delicate, subtle line work, but I ended up with a very thick line work because of those mistakes. I should have just used black instead, but no, I want it to be brown, so I don't have any brown pen. So let's use this bottle of ink and make a big mess. That's what I did, but that's okay. For the background, she had this photo where she had bushes behind her, and I really liked the feeling of it. So I used that and I made leaves in the green background. My initial idea was to paint the background green, which I did, and then I was going to lift the paint off the paper to make the leaves lighter, but that didn't work at all because the paper just ate the paint. You could not lift paint in this paper. Once it was dry, it was dry. It was like in there. Overall, I really like this illustration. I am pleased with the final result, and I hope you also liked this video. I hope you stick around, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. They are very appreciated, and subscribe if you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.